Hello and welcome to the World of Book Reviews. This is Judy Mario, and tonight we have our guest co-host again, Miss Grace Merrill, and she's going to be telling you about a wonderful book. Welcome, Grace.
Hello.
Hello, nice to have you here again. We're going to be talking about Marty and the Christmas Eve Surprise. This is the book, Marty and the Christmas Eve Surprise, and Grace has read this numerous times. And the author, Sharon Durgin, told me about how she got the idea to write this. You know, Sharon was not an author, and it was Christmas time, and she was watching her pets in the house. And as they put out the toys for the children, the pets were like circling the teddy bear and circling the various other characters that were in the forms of dolls and stuffed animals and things. And as she watched it, she thought, well, wouldn't that be an interesting story? And she wrote this fabulous story that Grace read. And so, Grace, why don't you tell the listeners about the story?
Okay, so there's this little mouse, Marty. He loves Christmas. And so every year, Santa, he picks a house to take a break at, and this year it was his house. So every year he picks a special house to take a break at, and this year it was Marty's house. So he was very excited. So they did the Christmas Eve surprise show, and he loves surprises. So
was it Marty that loved the surprise or Santa?
Yes.
Marty.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
And so there was, I know two of the acts in the story. There was Emma and Leo, the cats, and they sang a Christmas song. And then there was another one, and there was the Nutcracker Jill team, and they spun some rifles.
My goodness.
Yeah.
So there's all kinds of characters in the book, isn't there? And this is a book that parents, I believe, will get a lot out of and enjoy sharing with their children and grandparents. And I think kids of just about every age, wouldn't you say so? Is there any particular thing in here that we should share about the angels or about any of the drummers or any of that sort of thing?
Well, I liked this page because
okay, let me show it to them.
Oh, it's right here.
Okay. And why did you like this page?
I liked it because Marty, there was two cats named Emma and Leo, and Marty didn't ask them to be in the show, so they hid all the stuff for the show, and so they hid it behind the sofa. So, and then Marty was like, "Why did you hide this behind the sofa?" And she asked, "You didn't ask us to be in the show." So, and then Marty said they can be in this show, and now they can be in the show. So.
And so Marty hadn't asked everybody to be in the show. He had left the cats out, and then the cats hid all the props.
Yeah.
Is that what we're saying? Yeah. And then what happened after that? Then Santa came along, or did they do a whole show before Santa got there?
They practiced and practiced and practiced, and then it was getting time, and it was really close. And then Santa came down the chimney, and he got all ready, and they put all the presents in the stockings and presents behind the tree and stuff. And then they did the show.
And the show was, it had angels in it, and it was like a ballet.
Yeah.
And the show was for Santa. Was
Yes.
that the
Yes.
purpose of the show, to entertain Santa while he
Yeah.
was on his break? Okay. Did they feed him any food or anything?
No.
No, they starved him, huh? Okay. And so you felt like this was a book that just about any child
Yes.
could read and feel really, really good
Yes.
about? I think so too. I think so too. I was really impressed with the author of this book. I pulled out her bio because it was really interesting that this is her first book. This is the first time she's ever written a children's book, and I thoroughly enjoyed it myself. And Grace said she really liked it.
Yes.
You liked it a lot, didn't you? And she just came up with this because of watching those cats there, and then she thought, what if these characters came to life? And so when the characters all came to life, what would they do? And you know, if you and I were writing a children's book, would we think to do that? Would we think, oh, what would the teddy bear do, or what would the
Yeah.
Yeah, you think we would? Yeah. Maybe we should write a children's book together. What do you think about that?
I don't know.
And I really am very pleased with this book, particularly for young children, because it's Christmas time right now, and we're getting real close to Christmas, and books are a very good gift. Do you like getting books
Yes.
for gifts? I think a lot of kids like to get books, and you know, we're so into this age of technology where kids are so tuned into computer games, and I go out to dinner sometimes and I see families with their children, and the children are all sitting there playing computer games at the table, whereas I think if you would give your child some books for Christmas and get them to read them and then discuss them with them over dinner, it might make them feel more important. In fact, today I was in a restaurant and I saw a lady there with her son, and she was on the phone busy talking to someone, and it wasn't business, it was just chit-chatting, and her little kid was sitting there on some piece of equipment, playing some game. And I thought to myself, what a shame, what a lost time that mom and the little boy could have had time together, special time, talking about something. So both Grace and I highly recommend that you go out and buy a book, and take a look at this one, Marty and the Christmas Eve Surprise. You can find it on Amazon.com. I don't know if it's in all the bookstores, but I do know it's on Amazon.com, and you can get it there. And I want to thank Grace for being with me tonight, and I really want to thank our sponsors. We have wonderful sponsors, Skin Fitness, Las Vegas, Ev 36 Photography, and Sky Vista Consulting. Our sponsors are fabulous. I have a wonderful producer and director, Miss Amy Kardashian, and all of these sponsors sponsor all of our shows. Amy's show, akexperts.com. They also sponsor Stephanie's movie reviews. If you haven't watched that, that's a real good one if you want to know what movies to go to. And they sponsor my show, The World of Book Reviews. And so thank you so much, Grace, for being here with me tonight.